Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today is a special video here on the channel. I am going to be doing an unboxing of the Schmincke, or Schmincke, however you say it. I do believe it's Schmincke. 100 wood box set of their soft pastels. Now I don't want to spend a lot of time in the intro because you'd just be staring at this box, but I did want to make sure you guys saw the outside of it in case you were curious about what the outside of the box looks like. It seems to be a very sturdy hardwood box. It's walnut. I'm gonna knock on it. Hear how hard that is? These are very well protected. And I might be just a little bit emotional in this video, so I would like to apologize in advance for that, but these are very special, and I might get just a little bit emotional, so we're going to open these up and unbox them, take a look at them together for the very first time. Alright, so I have opened up the box. This is very large. I'm going to do a measurement of this in just one moment. It's so large that I couldn't open it on camera because the wooden box was actually hitting my studio lights. But I am going to make sure that I insert some close-up clips of the emblem on the inside of the box and the metal hardware. This is a beautiful, beautiful hardwood box. It really does feel very luxury. It really has that luxury experience and that giftability factor to it. It's beautiful. The foam is very thick, good quality. Everything is cushioned very well. Inside, it's pretty shallow, the lid, so that the pastels don't like jump around in there. This box came all the way from Germany, by the way. I ordered them straight from the manufacturer, and they arrived in perfect condition. Nothing is broken. You also get a piece of foam to lay on the top, so when you close it down, everything's very cushioned, as well as a swatch card, so that you can familiarize yourself with the colors inside. So I really like that. I think that's a nice touch. I grabbed some Strathmore pastel paper. This isn't the paper I use for my fine artwork, but it'll do fine for little swatches. And a small scrap of pastel matte paper, because we all know this is expensive and I didn't want to waste too much of it. But oh my goodness, wow. I'm really overwhelmed. They're beautiful. They are so beautiful. In this 100 set, you do get a beautiful assortment. Not a ton of the shades with the B, so you don't have a ton of extra darks, but you do get a balance of good light to mid tones to slightly darker tones in here. I see a lot of cool yellows to warm yellows, oranges, pinks, and reds. I think arguably the Schmincke line is most known for their reds. Lovely blues and purples. The purples are just phenomenal in this box. Some lovely kind of ocean colors, seafoam greens. Gorgeous. A little bit short on the earth tones in this box, but we do have some. We have some ochres, some siennas. I like that these are weighted toward the lighter colors, and I'll tell you why. Ordinarily, I like a pastel set that's weighted to the darks because it's easier to lighten things up. But the Schmincke are so buttery soft that I think you're going to use them more for your final layers where you would need more of these lighter kind of tints. So I'd like to swatch some of these with you just together. Let's just enjoy the moment together. I'm very excited. Now, if you watched my last haul video, then you would already know that I had also purchased some open stock pastels. I had to wait 6 months for these to come, and in the meantime I was collecting additional pastels here and there that I knew I'd want to complete my set. I think I ended up ordering probably a total of about another 50 or so open stock to add to my collection, and I purchased a Roz box. What that is basically, well, you know what, I'll link up to that haul video so that you can see that in depth, because I did a little mini review on it. But the reason that I purchased that was because I wanted to do a half stick set so that I could take the ones from here and my open stock and combine them to make my own Schmincke half stick set, since I love this box. I really do, and it is beautiful, but it's really not very functional. It's not very practical. So I thought I'd get more use out of it, breaking them into half sticks and putting them in my own half stick set. That's just the way I like to organize things, but of course, you know, you could organize them by color families, or, you know, use, what do they call those things, like chips and dip trays a lot of people will use, because they have those little dividers. Those appetizer trays work well. But anyway, let's just get right on to the swatching, because that's really what I would like to see. So this one, let's just swatch a couple out together. This is Deep Violet with a D, which means I think H is the pure. I could be wrong. No, D is the pure color, B is plus black, and then you have 3 shades or 3 tints of white, H, M, and O. So this one would be the pure color of Deep Violet. Let's go ahead and swatch that together. Wow. That's beautiful. It really is beautiful. They feel so soft and buttery. Now, I do have some experience with Schmincke Pastels already. That's how I knew I wanted these. How about we go for a red? Because I think reds, I picked up a lot of open stock reds. I think I got almost everything they had in the red family, because I knew that I would really want these. This is Madder Lake D, and there's not a lot sticking out there, so I think I'd have to remove some of the wrapper to swatch it. Yeah, if you hear any scratchiness at all, that's simply the wrapper scratching on the paper. That is 100% not the pastel. They are soft. They are so luxuriously soft and beautiful. Alright, so I wanted to zoom you guys down in so we could do a little more of the swatching. I grabbed a couple from the open stock that I had purchased, and I'm going to organize them all together, like I said, in that Roz box for a half stick pastel set. And if you'd like to see me do that and see what I come up with, be sure to subscribe to the channel, because I'll be uploading that soon. But I wanted to do, I think we'll do a little gradient together of the Rose Madder first, and then we'll do some of the reds, swatch out some of the reds, because I think they're arguably some of the most luscious red pastels in all of the pastel kingdom. And I also want to kind of compare a little bit to the Mount Vision. So just really quickly, this is not a comparison video or review video. I can do those in the future, but I wanted to do a little something. So this is Rose Madder O. Silky. Just so silky and buttery and beautiful. I just love it. And then here is Rose Madder H. These are PV19, by the way. So that is quinacridone magenta. This is such a pure, beautiful color. I can't even talk. I'm so excited. So that's H. And then I also picked up open stock Rose Madder D, which would be the pure color. Look at that. Just imagine that for a gorgeous rose. And then open stock I picked up Rose Madder B, so that would be with the black added. And this is about as dark as they go. So for really true extra dark shades, I would look elsewhere. I would think of investing in like Rembrandt, or because they have some of the best, but also Pan Pastel does some really amazing extra darks as well. Not just beautiful, that type of gradient effect that you can get. Now, I think I could get another layer there, and then that would probably be it for this paper, but it's a non-sanded surface. I don't think they deposit so much color that you couldn't use them for your whole painting, if you so chose to. but it would be very expensive that way. Let's swatch one of the reds. This is Scarlet D, so it should be their pure color, and I chose one of the Mount Vision reds to compare it to, just to give you a reference point. So here's that one. If you hear any scratching at all, it's only because it's the label, and I'm having a hard time figuring out how I'm going to get the label off. That's what that scratching sound is. So that is that one, very silky. I feel like a broken record here. And then this is the Mount Vision. Wow, I'm always floored by Mount Vision. I mean, you can really see the Mount Vision can 100% hold its own against Schmincke, and may even slightly outperform it, in my opinion. Okay, so I'm going to blend the Schmincke, and then I'm going to use a clean finger. Look at how much the Mount Vision came off onto my hand too. But if you're a big feel person, if feel is really important to you, you may not love the Mount Vision only because they feel more dry and a little bit gritty. But that's probably the marble dust. And like I said, I did a full review of the Mount Vision pastels, but I found that helped additional layers grip really well. But there you go, kind of apples to apples, the same color red. Let me just kind of peel that label back a little bit so I can get a little bit more. There we go, that came off. The only thing I don't like about doing that though is I feel like I lost the color number and name, so, and we'll add a little bit more. Yeah, they're very slippery. It's slipping off. I don't think I can apply more, so I can already feel it's not sticking very well. I just don't think that this paper can really do these pastels justice, if I'm completely honest. If I were to come in with, like, let's say I wanted to do this yellow now and come in on top, yeah, it does stick. And I can get it to stick on top of the Mount Vision as well. And you can see there's going to be more color contamination with these softer pastels. So you'll just want to give that a little wipe off on a paper towel or a piece of tissue. Let's do a little yellow to orange to red gradient. What red comes in this set? Well, we'll go ahead and use that one. Doesn't really matter. Very soft. If you're a big feel person, the way the pastel feels, and you want it to feel ultra soft and buttery, you're gonna like these, I think. I have a little scrap of pastel matte here, and I wanted to compare it on this surface, because I think you'll see that there's a very different result, you know, from this to this. Because they're so soft, you need either a sanded surface or, you know, one of these fibrous surfaces. That's where they're going to look the best and perform the best. So first impressions on like an inexpensive paper can be deceiving. So I want to compare that directly to the Mount Vision. And you can see, I mean, honestly, the Mount Vision really does hold its own. I'm very impressed with those pastels. They really are my favorite all-time pastels, the Mount Vision. Alright, so that pretty much wraps up this unboxing video. First impressions of this set, I would say really very, very beautiful. I think there's a lot of options here and a good range of colors. If you are interested in a full review on these, please let me know down below. I'd be more than happy to do that in the future. And I'll try to do a whole painting using just the Schmincke so you can see in action how these perform. I've been skeptical in the past of doing a whole painting with just the Schmincke because I assume they'd be too soft, and I kind of do suspect that very strongly, but given the right paper and the right fixative, I think it could be done. If you were interested in investing in just a couple of these, you didn't have the budget to get like a whole big set, and maybe you don't need a whole big set because you already have a set of pastels you're happy with, but you were just thinking like what are the must-haves from the range, I would honestly steer you toward the reds. I think that Schmincke has some of the most buttery, luscious, and just probably the strongest of the line would be their reds, I would say. And some of their purples are just gorgeous. I mean, really, truly, the purples here are very vivid, very vibrant, very gorgeous. I think the yellows are also very good. But in general, I'd say definitely get the white, because I always have to have Schmincke's white. Every painting, pastel painting that I do, I use their white at the end for the brightest highlights possible. And then maybe get like some of the really light tints, like this one. What is this one? Carpet Mortem Pale. I think that would be great to add in, you know, on the final layers of your portraits. You know, maybe just some of the really light kind of tints to add to your collection if you were interested. But like I said, I am going to do a full review, and I can do a comparison video if you guys were interested, comparing these to other brands of pastel that I might happen to have in my collection. So go ahead and suggest whatever you would be interested in seeing. I have to say, the Schmincke pastels are very good, but Mount Vision, still my favorite brand of pastel. Still my absolute favorite brand of pastel. I think they really are something special. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you want to see me put together a half stick set using this set and a bunch of open stock that I had purchased along the way while I was waiting for these to arrive, don't forget to subscribe so that you won't miss that. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.